Sophie Cunningham might be the smartest player in the entire WNBA. And no, I'm not saying she's the most talented player, obviously. I'm not saying she's the MVP, obviously. The best scorer, obviously. Or even the best player, obviously. On the Indiana Fever, obviously. I'm talking about understanding the business of professional sports. Because in approximately 13 and a half months, Sophie Cunningham transformed herself from a respected WNBA role player into one of the most recognizable and marketable women in basketball. Her TikTok following exploded from approximately 307,000 followers before June 17th, 2025 to 3.2 million followers today. That is more than 10 times her original audience. She has approximately 3.45 million Instagram followers. Her special edition Adidas sneaker sold out almost immediately. Her jerseys are all over the WNBA's best-selling merchandise listings. She has endorsement partnerships, a podcast, national television opportunities, and a Sports Illustrated swimsuit appearance. And it all accelerated after she became Caitlin Clark's teammate. That isn't luck. That's Sophie Cunningham understanding her opportunity and turning attention into leverage. Before joining Indiana, Cunningham spent 6 seasons with the Phoenix Mercury. She was a productive player. She could defend, stretch the floor, knock down threes. She had a personality, an established social media presence, and recognizable style. But she was not one of the biggest names in the WNBA. Then in February 2025, the Fever acquired Cunningham in a massive 4-team trade involving Phoenix, Dallas, and Connecticut. That trade changed much more than her basketball address. It placed Cunningham beside the biggest attraction in women's basketball, Caitlin Clark. Here is where Sophie Cunningham proved how smart she was. She didn't resent Caitlin Clark's attention. She didn't complain that Caitlin Clark received too much media coverage. She didn't pretend the WNBA's explosion had nothing to do with her. She embraced it. She publicly acknowledged Clark as the face of the league, developed an authentic friendship with her, and established herself as the teammate who would always have Clark's back. Sophie Cunningham understood something that several other people around the WNBA seemingly refused to accept. Caitlin Clark wasn't taking opportunities away from them. Caitlin Clark was creating opportunities for everyone, and Cunningham positioned herself perfectly to capitalize. I think we all know the moment that changed everything for Sophie Cunningham. It was right here against the Connecticut Sun. And here you have this play that involved Cunningham and J.C. Sheldon, and this was in a game in which J.C. Sheldon had seemingly kind of taken Caitlin Clark out. And Sophie Cunningham got her get back for Caitlin Clark. And that seemed to be the moment that changed everything for Sophie Cunningham. Caitlin Clark took contact to the face from J.C. Sheldon. Marina Mabry shoved Caitlin Clark to the floor. The officials appeared to lose control of the game. Then during the final minute, Cunningham delivered a hard foul on Sheldon. A confrontation followed, and Cunningham, Sheldon, and Lindsay Allen were ejected. The WNBA fined Sophie Cunningham, but the punishment was nothing compared to the popularity she gained. Before that game, she had approximately 300,000 TikTok followers. 1 week later, she had 1.4 million. By July 2026, the number had reached 3.2 million. Think about that growth. 300,000 to 1.4 million in 1 week, and ultimately more than 3 million. Fans immediately labeled Cunningham the enforcer. Her jersey started selling out. Her name dominated social media, and fans who previously knew her only as a Phoenix Mercury role player suddenly recognized her as one of the WNBA's biggest personalities. Cunningham recognized the moment and leaned into it. She joked about the ejection. She wore the nickname. She discussed Caitlin Clark and officiating publicly. She made it clear that protecting her teammates was part of her identity. That authenticity mattered Fans weren't responding to a manufactured marketing campaign. They believed Cunningham genuinely cared about Clark and genuinely enjoyed playing the role of the teammate who would stand up for her. And then it happened again. It happened again. So Sophie did it again, and we all know what it was this time. During a game against Phoenix, DeWanna Bonner and Sophie Cunningham became involved in a heated exchange with Caitlin Clark. Let me fix this for y'all before I continue. Instead of screaming, Cunningham stood nearby and silently pointed at Bonner for approximately 22 seconds. That's it. One finger. No elaborate speech, no choreographed celebration, but the moment became one of the biggest sports memes of the year. People recreated it. Brands referenced it. Athletes from other sports copied it. The image appeared across social media for weeks. According to Social Blade data reported by Front Office Sports, Cunningham gained more than 1 million followers on both Instagram and TikTok during the following 30 days. During that same period, Caitlin Clark gained approximately 160,000 Instagram followers. Paige Beckers gained roughly 8,500, while Angel Reese reportedly lost approximately 3,000 followers. Cunningham's Instagram engagement was also exceptional. From Front Office Sports, the Front Office Sports reported that she averaged roughly 300,000 likes and 3,000 comments per post. More recent Social Blade data places her averages even higher. Searches for Sophie Cunningham increased approximately 130% year over year. That's no longer a player having one viral moment. That is a legitimate personal brand. And I can tell you this, over the past 2 weeks, she has increased her following by 1 million followers on Instagram. 1 million in a week. In a 2-week period, she has done this. Now you have the situation with the transgendered comments. That has also helped her brand. Everything that she does is about branding at this point. She is the smartest player in the WNBA. She gets the assignment. She understands what it is. Going viral is one thing. Turning attention into lasting business opportunities is something completely different. This is where Cunningham has separated herself. Following the 2025 altercation, marketing experts estimated that a brand might need to spend more than $1 million in advertising to manufacture the amount of follower growth Cunningham generated organically. That does not mean that Cunningham personally received $1 million check. It means the attention she has earned had enormous advertising value. She then converted that attention into multiple revenue-producing opportunities. Cunningham secured partnerships with recognizable companies, including Adidas, Arby's, and Ring. She and Wes Wilson launched Show Me Something, a weekly podcast through Colin Cowherd's media company, The Volume. That gave Cunningham something every athlete needs, a platform she could help control. She was no longer dependently solely on WNBA interviews or traditional sports media. She could discuss basketball, fashion, entertainment, and her personality directed with an audience that had chosen to follow her. In 2026, Cunningham made her Sports Illustrated swimsuit debut. She also became a studio analyst and contributor for USA Network's WNBA coverage. Look at the progression. WNBA role player, Caitlin Clark's teammate, the enforcer, national social media personality, podcast host, television analyst, Sports Illustrated model, national spokesperson. That is how an athlete builds a career that can extend well beyond her playing days. The biggest evidence of Cunningham's commercial appeal came from Adidas. Adidas created a Sophie Cunningham player exclusive colorway of its Crazy Energy basketball shoe. This wasn't technically a signature sneaker built from scratch around Cunningham. It was a special player exclusive colorway carrying her name and style. But the significance was still enormous. Brands normally reserve nationally released player exclusive shoes for athletes they believe can move merchandise. The pink Cunningham colorway was released on July 24, 2026, and reports said the available inventory disappeared in less than an hour. The official Adidas listing showed the shoe sold out. It was also unavailable at other major retailers, and resale market prices quickly climbed above the original retail price. A shoe associated with a player who has never made a WNBA All-Star game generated immediate consumer demand. That tells you Cunningham's marketability isn't dependent on averaging 25 points per game. People are buying Sophie Cunningham. Her personality, loyalty, confidence, connection with fans have created independent value of traditional basketball accolades. You may have seen reports saying Cunningham owns the second best selling jersey in the WNBA and that she and Caitlin Clark account for 71% of the league's jersey sales. Those numbers have circulated widely, but neither the WNBA nor Fanatics have publicly released unit-by-unit data confirming that 71% figure. Here's what we can verify. In late July, 2 of the 5 best-selling jersey listings on the WNBA's official online storefront belong to Sophie Cunningham. Her merchandise carries the most popular label on the official WNBA store and Fanatics. Her jersey sold out immediately following the 2025 altercation and continues to appear prominently among top-selling Fever and WNBA merchandise. So even without claiming an unverified 71%, the conclusion remains obvious. Sophie Cunningham moves merchandise, and brands can see it. This is why I call Sophie Cunningham the smartest player in the WNBA. She understood proximity, but she didn't rely solely on proximity. Playing with Caitlin Clark gave her access to the WNBA's biggest audience. Cunningham then gave that audience reasons to care about her individually. She embraced Clark rather than competing with her popularity. She established an easily understood identity. She remained authentic to her personality. She created memorable moments. She built direct relationships with fans. Then she converted those relationships into merchandise sales, sponsorships, media opportunities, and long-term career options. Cunningham didn't attempt to become another Caitlin Clark. She became the Sophie Cunningham that Caitlin Clark's enormous fan base wanted to support. That's the difference. Clark created the spotlight, but Cunningham knew exactly what to do when it reached her. Sophie Cunningham's rise is a lesson for every athlete in professional sports. Talent gets you into the league, but personality, authenticity, timing, and business intelligence can transform what you do with that opportunity. Approximately 307,000 TikTok followers became 3.2 million. A $400 fine became an estimated 7-figure amount of organic advertising value. One viral altercation became endorsement deals, a podcast, and millions of new fans. One 22-second finger point became a nationally recognizable meme. A role player received her own Adidas player exclusive sneaker and it sold out almost immediately. That's not accidental. Sophie Cunningham recognized that Caitlin Clark's popularity could become an opportunity instead of a threat. She stood beside Clark, won over Clark's audience, and then built a brand capable of standing on its own. That's why Sophie Cunningham may be the smartest player in the WNBA, and why she is turning popularity into real power, real attention, and real money. Let me know what you think. Is Sophie Cunningham the smartest businesswoman in the WNBA? And has she become the second most marketable player in the league behind Caitlin Clark? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hype the video, and let us know what you think. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.